This video was brought to you by Noble Knight Games. More about them at the end of the video. Okay, everybody, I'm super excited to share with you Donuts because this is a two-player abstract game, and I honestly haven't been this excited about a two-player abstract game since I got Koale, and I have a video where I teach you how to play this game, and it's actually quite similar, but has some really cool features that Koale doesn't have, but it pairs so well. So my suggestion is if you want to learn how to play Donuts and you already know how to play Koale, you're going to have a great two-player game night with your friend or loved one because these games are so cool. Now, this game is dedicated solely to Donuts, but I just had to say it reminded me so much of the getting a certain number in a row, like Koale, and if you do it before your opponent, then you're going to win the game. And these games all last about 15 minutes long. So fantastically easy to play, learn, and set up because this is going to be your donut space. Now, these tiles are separate, and they just are whatever you want them to be. You just orient all four of them like this, and you pop it in and make this grid. So they're going to be double-sided, and you can rotate them. And this is going to be the way you make your board every single time you play. So when you play, your games are never going to be the same. The combinations of the tiles in this setup is endless. Like, it's just really cool. So it's smart the way it's set up. And then every player is going to take 15 of these little donuts. You've got your chocolate side and you've got your vanilla side. There are 15 of each, so total of 30 donuts. And the cool thing is, guess what? They're double-sided. So they're all the same, but you just flip them over. So I'm going to play over here on this side, and I'm playing against my faux player. I always play against Lewis in my two-player games. So Lewis is going to be over here. Now, the very first player is just going to take their donut, and they're just going to go out into the board on a space they want. They place their donut out there, and the rules recommend that you actually place another donut on top to show this was the most recently played donut, and it's so important to do that because once you start getting more and more and more donuts out here, you don't remember necessarily. If you look away, you're like, wait, which donut did you play? And then the other person's like, well, I forgot already. So you've got to remember to do that. It's such a clever way of just marking the most recent one you played. And then when your opponent responds to this, then you could just take that off, and then they put their donut with another one on top of it. So what this means is I've played down here in this space. Now my goal to win the game, I need 5 donuts connected. I need a orthogonal connected diagonal, or orthogonally 5 in a row. That's all I want. I want 5 donuts in a row. So I can go this way, I could go this way, I could go this way, or I could go this way. So I played in one of the 4 center squares because I think it gives me the best possibility of getting a lot of, of my 5 in a rows. So I've done that. That's the goal. Both players want to do that. But now my opponent has to respond by placing with the direction of the line. So you'll see that this is shaded white and pink. So now my opponent can go in this space, or in this space, or this space, because that is the direction that I played mine into. So then he's going to go and he's going to place his donut down. And yes, you're going to keep following the same rules. So if he plays here, I am going to be forced to place in one of these 2 or one of those 3 spaces because that's what the line says. And I don't think he wants me to be able to get one directly next to mine. So perhaps, but then if I go here, then he can go here. And now we have 2 of his and I have 2 of mine right there. And then I could go here. You could just see, you have to look ahead several turns to start seeing the strategy. But let's just say he wants to make it a little bit tougher for me to get some in a row. So let's say he's going to go not in one of these 2 spaces because then it directly allows me to go next to myself. Let's have him go up here. So all you do is you just flip that over and you just use that same marker. So that was my play. He went up here, and now I am forced to go here. There is absolutely no choice. I have to go here because there is no other way for me to play in that space. So this is just me following the rules of how I place my donut, and then I go here. He now gets to go up here, 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 or here because the line is vertical. And I think he probably wants to play closer to his donut than further away. So let's just have him respond by placing up here. The donut flips. It's my turn. I know this is the active donut space because, again, it's too high, which is nice to see. And now I can go here here, here, or here, and I know that he's going to have to abide by these placements to go in these spaces. So what I might want to do is cut him off by playing here, and then he won't be able to get any further spaces. And I'm going to put this here, and now he has to go here, here, or here. So let's see what he's going to do. Here, perhaps, here, perhaps, here, maybe. Let's have him go in that space. We're going to have him go there. I think he thinks he can maybe get in the middle of where all of my donuts are. Because if a player, or both players actually, are not able to get 5 in a row by the end of the game, you're going to look at your largest contiguous group of donuts, and whoever has the largest amount connected will win the game. That's going to break the tie by the time you get to the end if no one succeeds in getting 5 donuts in a row. So he kind of wants to bust up the possibility of me connecting all of these. So now I go here, 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 and let's see here. If I go here, he's going to have to go down. If I went here, he would have to go inside. Now, I am going to teach you a rule by making it really hard on me. So this is me seeing ahead and just setting myself up poorly, but I will say that it's for a reason because I haven't taught you one rule yet. So let's say, because I have the choice of going here, 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 I go here. So I'm going to flip this over and it's going to represent that I went there. That looks like a really good move. But there is a rule called insertion. And this right here, he's now going to have to go here, here, here. If he goes here, he is inserting between 2 of my colored donuts. And this could be any length of bookends of my donuts to his. So when you put a donut inside of somebody else's on the other side, and again, his could have many of his colors inside of mine, what you do then is you change the 2 outside donuts to match that player who inserted inside. So this is now going to be the active player's space, and these 2 are on the outside. They would flip and become his. And this is incredibly problematic because now he's got 4 in a row. And if he can get this one over here, then I am in big trouble. But I wanted to show you what that insertion looks like because that's an important rule, and that's one way that you can flip donuts in this game. So I am now going in one of these spaces down here. I'm going to see if I can pull this back from the edge for me. Now, if I go here, he could go here or here, and that would then allow me to go this direction. So I don't think he would want to go up here. If I went here, he would then be forced to go here because I would come here and block his 5 in a row. So I'm gonna come down. Do I want to go here? Because then he could go in one of these spaces. Not sure that that's really smart, but it would force him to go in one of those spaces. Here is not that great. Here allows him to go all the way up in this direction. Gosh, this is really tricky. Where do I go? Where do I go? If I went here, because again, I know he doesn't want to go here, which would then allow me to go here. He's being forced to go here, so I'm kind of in control. And if I go there, I see what he's doing, then maybe I can do a disobedience, which is another rule. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to stop that. He is going to not go here. I think he wants to go here again because that would prevent him from getting that space. And now I'm going to go in one of these 2 spaces, and then he's going to have to be forced to go somewhere. Now check this out. So let's go here. And I'm going to move this over here to show that's the active player. He's going to take his disc. He's got to go here because of the line. So here's where I can't play. So this whole direction is taken up. This tells me I've got to play in this space, but they're all taken. This is where a player can now put down a donut wherever they want, and that's where the next follow, like the rules have to follow from that space. So I can try to insert, which this is an insert and that's an insert. This would be a great insert because it would not just prevent him from taking the fifth space here. If I put an insert here, it would change both of those on the outside and prevent him from getting a possibility of having 4 and 4. So I'm actually, instead of going here, I'm going to pop this down. Again, you can go wherever you want because I can't follow the rules normally. And because I inserted between these two, they also flip. And now I've got the chance of getting 5. I've got the chance of getting it here. And that 4 that looked so dangerous has changed. So this is my space. He's got to go here, here, or here for his response. If he goes here, he is inserting between these two, and then he would flip them. I think he would just take that and just take it. So he's inserting between these two donuts, and that just gave him the win. There we go. So that ended so quickly. I thought I had the upper hand. I thought I had the chance to come in and save that 5 possibility all the way over here, flipping these, and what it did was set up a chance for that insertion flip win, and he got 5 in a row. That was super, super fast, and that was me teaching you the game. So the games take 15 minutes to play, and you know what's so fun about this? All you have to do is clear the board, have the other player who didn't start the first game start that next game after rearranging the squares for your table, give everyone their 15 donuts, and then start over again. Every time I play donuts, I'm playing 2, 3, or 4 games in a row. They are fun, they are fast, and honestly, it is my style of 2-player abstract game. And I have to say that quite often those games just really pass me by and leave me feeling unsatisfied. Donuts doesn't. I think this design is so clean and so clever, and I think the thing that makes it so cool is you've got your disobedience rule, which if you're not allowed to play because there is no space to go to, you get to go wherever you want. I also really like the insertion rule. That really changes the game. It changes the way that you're strategizing and placing down your donuts. And I think it's just really clever. Again, you can go vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. You want 5 in a row. And it's just cute too. I like the pieces, and I like that they're double-sided, so it's super easy to use and super easy to pack up. This is a small box and just tons and tons of fun. So I like playing donuts several times in a row, but I also really do like playing it. I've got my koala lid over here, but I like playing it with other abstract games that have a similar structure, that also have a beautiful aesthetic and appeal, and just round out a nice, lovely, light, abstract strategy experience with my husband, Lewis, because that's who I'm playing these 2-player games with. So that's my how-to and my run-through of donuts. I hope you can get your hands on this soon, folks. All right, see you later.
Here at Noble Knight Games, we've been carefully growing the world's largest selection of board games, role-playing games and dice, war games, miniatures and paints, card games, and more, going on 25 years now. Our rustic castle contains more game and hobby goodness than you can shake a stick at, complete with careful packaging and the finest customer service the land can provide. You can buy, sell, trade from anywhere in the world, just like nature intended. Noble Knight Games.